So hello everyone who's watching. Today we are doing a card that can be a greeting card, yeah, for your mom or your friend. And the idea is to do a card full of different butterflies that are flying from one corner to the other. So this is kind of our inspiration.
Can we do a birthday card?
That can be also a birthday card, of course. Yeah, so very good idea. Thank you. We can kind of develop the idea. But mainly, of course, what you need, you're taking your paper, and then, of course, you need to fold it. Yes? And you can have it like, here I have A4. If I fold, I'm going to have like bigger card. Yes? And here I have like the half. No, it's a bit bigger paper ahead. Yeah, but then, so you can choose which size of card you want to have. Yeah? Of course, let's say maybe on bigger card, it's easier to paint. Yeah. Also check if you are using watercolor paper, sometimes the sides are different. Some side is a bit like with texture, the other more flat. So choose which one you want to have on the top. And usually like the side which is more with texture is a bit easier for paints, yeah, because then they have like space where to get in. And if the surface is more flat, it's more easier for pencil, for writing, yeah. But but the main thing what we do, of course, we fold our paper, yeah. So how you fold it? First, you need like to connect the corners, yeah? So you have like your open paper, and first you connect the corners, you connect both sides, and then you hold it here, and then you start squeezing your sides, and then it becomes like nicely flat, yeah? So, and then of course you go like on top or with your finger, or you can even take something like, yeah, something stronger to fold it. So we can still, as usually, use our masking tape. And then if it's our card, it can also have a frame, let's say. Yeah, and then it might look more accurate and here you can also decide how big is your frame. So as usually, yeah, you can have your tape. If your tape is wider, then you can decide how much you put on paper and how much you put aside. So here I'm on purpose making like a little bit thicker frame because I think then it looks nicer. If you don't have tape, of course, it can also go without, yeah. So I see Yo-Yo is ready with her paper, yeah? Cool. Yes. So what do we want to put? Just butterflies, or we want to put something like corresponding to birthday, like a cake, maybe. So we can do the cake and then the butterflies around. Or maybe just a box, yeah, so like it's a gift box, but out of it are flying butterflies, for example. Yeah, you feel free to give your ideas, your wishes. I can give maybe, as usually, we can like brainstorm and sketch a bit our idea. So this was like the first idea, just butterflies through the corner. The other idea might be, let me show you quickly. So the other idea might be like, let's say, so if this is our card, yeah, we can have here, let's say, a box. We can also then practice doing the boxes. Maybe it has the tab, and then here we have the butterflies, different size that are flying out, for example. Yeah, so like this is the sketch idea. Yeah, so something like, but maybe the box without the cap, but like if it's like a present, you open it, it was with the box, and then you open, or yeah, flowers, I think we painted already. Do you like idea with the box, girls? Yeah, okay. I have Juliet and Ellie, your camera is a bit frozen, so I don't see your actions, but hope that you can communicate with voice if what you think about the box idea. And actually it can be a good exercise for us to do the box. I'm gonna take another pencil so you can better see. Okay, we're starting with the box, yeah? Perfect. So what we do, first we need to choose the one vertical line, yeah? And maybe not really in the middle, maybe I go a little bit to the right side. So then I want to make one side of my box smaller and the other side of box will be bigger, yeah? So like somewhere here. So I have more space for butterflies to fly, and here will be my box. So this is will be one corner of the box. And what we do next, we do diagonal lines. And in this case, let's say we can choose, do we see the inside of the box or not? Then it depends if the upper line I'm drawing also like going up as here parallel, or I'm putting it a bit more down. So my question is, do you want to see the inside of the box, or you want to see just the, so I'm gonna maybe show you also here example so you can understand what I mean. So I can have like a box like this. So I don't really see the inside part. I can see just the outside, and here are the butterflies. Or I can see the box like this. And here, yeah, I can see the inside part. So the box, the first one or the second? The second, okay, period saying is the second, perfect. Juliet, Ellie, which one do you like more?
I don't think I'm going to do a box. I think I'm just going to do something else.
Perfect, okay. What's your idea for the birthday card?
Probably like a flowers or like a valley.
Wow, interesting. Okay, yeah, let's meet then halfway with butterflies, yeah? If you're drawing, also gonna have butterflies. Cool, I like very much girls inventing your own stories. Okay, so Yo-Yo, if you're following me the box, so it means we do like two lines, they're a bit diagonal, yeah? A bit diagonal on top. And then we just connect here. So this will be one side, yeah, of our box. Very nice. And what we do next, we do the diagonal lines to the other side. Yeah. So we go one here, and it can be a bit also longer. Maybe it can be also the same size. Yeah, like the boxes can be different. Maybe it doesn't have to be square. If it's square, then you probably do more or less the same size. If your box is more like rectangular, then you put them. Yeah, and again, one line, the other, like two diagonal lines. Yeah, on top. Yeah, and no worries about the length. You can like later correct it. Yeah, when you do the vertical line, then you adjust. Yeah, and then again you connect Drag the line. So this already we have two sides of the box, yeah? Nice. Yeah, and then to do the, like to finish, you kind of follow those lines here. So like this line, I bring up here, and this line I bring there, yeah? This one I bring here. And here, be careful not to put them too high, the lines. I'm gonna show you, like, for example, it's better even to put them more inside. So if I do like this, my line is looking like out, then the box looks weird. So it's always better I put my line a bit more like inside, yeah? So again, if I put here, then the box looks strange. Then it's better I go like smaller, more like closing, yeah? And then it looks more like a box. Yeah, just the rules of perspective. So one day we can also like repass all this theory of perspective. Perspective means how on a flat paper that is 2D, we make visible 3D, yeah? And here, for example, in this corner, I can put the line down, so then it feels, yeah, but not till the end, just till the corner. So then it feels like it's the corner there far away, yeah? And for example, now my box looks a bit like tall. Of course, I can also like shorten it. Let's say, yeah, I can also make, for example, more short if I want, like, and then erase. Yeah. If it's the first time you're doing the box, then you have plenty of room also to experiment and
I'm done.
very nice. Yeah, thanks for letting me know. So also what I suggest, now our box looks like it's from paper, looks very thin. So I also suggest we add a little bit of thickness, and it's just here, like on the upper part where we see. So here also clean up a little bit the line, and I can just add a little bit of, yeah, so then it feels more, yeah, maybe like a box, yeah? So already I can have like a bit more thickness, and I can maybe even like just maybe make it a bit darker, this corner. Yeah, this like little detail, but maybe makes, yeah, also not too thick. Even mine one now I feel is a bit too thick, but okay, let's leave it for now like this. Maybe later in, let me try. Maybe even just like double line would work even better, you know? So maybe even just like making just line thicker. And also remember, what is closer to us is always bigger. So these lines that are closer to me, I can make more thicker. And then I suggest we also draw the box, like the tab. So we imagine that someone opened this box. Yeah, so we can draw the also like square shape, but it would be shorter. So imagine here was the tab for the box, but I wanted to put it on the side. So yeah, and for example, and I want it like, so is it if it's hiding there behind the box? So if someone like had a tab opened and put it like behind the box. So what I do here, this is my first line of this side. So this side part that is a bit shorter always when we have of the box. Just these two lines, let's say. Yeah, let's say here I can like this will be one corner. And then I can do the longer lines. And this is like if the top of the box is, yeah, is not standing straight, is it's there with the, yeah, and of course I think more or less like the length. So does it feels like realistic that was a true tap, so something like this, yeah. If I'm going too fast, okay, I'm slowing down, yeah. So I did this corner for and here what I do, then again, in all the box, we almost have like the lines parallel. So here from this corner, I need to draw the line that is the same like here, as if I'm like taking this line and transferring here. Yeah, so here, these lines are like going the same direction. Yeah, and here will be like my tip. And I can go like even almost till the end there. Or I see if it feels too long, maybe I can here shorten it a bit. So it means the tap is ending actually there. So there is one corner I don't see. Then there is this side I see of the box. Yeah, if you have any struggles with the box, just let me know. You can lift your paper, show me. Yeah.
Could you please do it again?
Yes, of course. Let's do it again. Shall I do the whole tap, the whole yeah? So yeah, let's. I erase the latest step. So what first I did? First I had this part here. Like I had two lines. Yeah, here let's say, and then I had this line a bit. It goes perpendicular to these lines. Yeah, so they're like. So this will be this. Yeah, thumbs up. Cool. And from here, then I go with two lines. They're also like parallel in between, and they go a bit this direction. So they will be going to where they're going to be standing on the table. Yeah. So this is a bit the tap a bit more difficult because we're drawing it like it's not standing straight, it's standing perpendicular. Yeah, but if you follow the steps, you should also get the box. So two lines, one short. Now two longer lines, and then again, the short line also should go like the same direction as the other short line, yeah, because these are those, like in the end, the cube, it has three pairs of parallel lines, yeah, and we have here 1, 2, and the short ones are 3, yeah. So from now on, no other direction we are taking, but still we need to complete. So now this line that I'm drawing down here is the same direction that these upper lines, yeah. So I can even like, let's say if you have a ruler or pencil, you can put it here and then like transfer it here, yeah. So this is the same, yeah, and I draw this one. And now here again, this question of length. So if my tab is too big, then maybe I don't even see the corner, but here I feel it would be nicer to see this corner. So in this corner, it goes the same direction as this line. So actually from this side, I transfer here, and then I get the direction of the other line, yeah, so. But here I see a little bit, so it's just a little line that I draw here, because later I have this big box that is covering, yeah, I already don't see what's behind. Yeah, but I see these two corners that are standing on the table. Yeah, we're gonna also draw the table.
Mine keeps looking like diagonal.
So you can feel free to pull up, yeah, your drawing if you have doubts about your box. Yeah, and if you need some tip. Okay, let me see. This one is good. Yeah, I think it looks, maybe it's only the tab looks a bit smaller than the box, yeah. Really like, but in the story of the proportions, it looks nice, I think, yeah. I think you do. Yeah. And here, look, one last thing. So now this tab, it looks like more something solid. So yeah. And look what here I do. From this corner, I'll go the same direction like this small line. So I draw the small line, the same direction, but here, yeah, a little one. And then I repeat again these two lines. So I repeat this here, and then I repeat this diagonal here. And then I get like the feeling of the tab. So I feel that there is emptinesses, yeah? So again, I repeat it again. So what I did, yeah? So in the end, you should remember that the cube has 3 pairs of parallel lines. Yeah, we have here the ones looking on top, and we have this look to the side and this to the side. And the same with the tab, because it's yeah, the same. So we have those small ones, those are like vertical ones. They're just, we put them, yeah, and then this line corresponds also to this. And these lines corresponds, yeah? So it's like the pure geometry when you do it in school and, yeah. So what else I offer? So our box looks more like a present box. We can actually here add the, you can help me with the word. So this beautiful string, the like material, yeah. And then I can paint later with the color. So let's say here I have like the, and I can have, maybe it can be also wider. So we can then choose which color will be the box, and we can choose which color will be the tape. And the secret also is, I put this tape a little bit on top of the box. So let's say where I have the lines where the box is ending, this tape, I'm drawing like a little bit on top of it. It's always as we do when drawing clothes. Yeah, we have our skin, and then we just put a little bit on top, and then it feels more realistic. Yeah, and then it feels like this, like just little detail, this gap. But yeah, it gives the feeling of, oh, the camera, yeah, got zoom in. Yeah, and of course here behind I can also draw a little bit, maybe the line, so it looks also that there was a tape like going the other side. We don't know maybe how long it goes inside, but and yeah, and the box as well. So if the box, we can also draw these lines here, maybe, or actually, you know, maybe we should like, now maybe check, maybe like we should draw these more interesting. So sorry if you already did the lines. I'm gonna come back just the box without, and we can put these strings like they're already lying on the floor, because like we've opened the box, yeah? So the box stays just as it is. And let's say maybe here, like we can invent with someone open. Let me invent now, and I'll show you. If you like it, then you refill it. Yeah, just imagine, like you usually, when you get the present, and then you can have those, maybe like, something. Yes, and now I'm trying just to invent how beautifully those birthday. Yeah, maybe they can even form a shape of some interesting, but okay, let's play a bit more along with this, and then we're going to the fun part of the butterflies. Yeah, I think we already worked too hard on this. Yeah, here I'm trying to invent some like that. The lines get folded, you know, so then it's looks maybe. Yeah, you see, you're a painter, you can choose if you want those or not. Maybe they're behind, also some, but like again the feeling of the opened box. Yeah, so if anyone needs help with also those strings. So what I do, I just do like the curvy line, and then I try to repeat this curvy line. And here, of course, it can be a bit more complicated in these areas where you want to change the direction. So if it's like, you know, but in the end, like you just, sometimes it's even maybe like you do just one line, how you want it to go, and then you repeat with parallel. Yeah, like the one behind, I can draw more like just lighter. Also, when we're going to be coloring, I'm going to do it just lighter. So. Yeah, so this is more or less for the box. Take your time to finish it. Ask me questions if you have questions about the box. And then we, when everyone is ready, we go together for the butterflies. Yeah, and then it's going to be more free, more fun. Yeah, in the end, this is like neutral card. That is like box and butterflies, and you can give it to different occasions to your friend, or you know, when you want to say some wishes. Yeah, so I wait for you. You just let me know when you're ready. The box. Yeah, I see Juliet is ready. Ready. Okay, so everyone ready to move for the button? Okay, that's good. Yes, let's wait everyone for Ellie to finish her box. Then once Ellie is ready, we all move to the butterflies.
I think I'm
Very nice. Thanks for letting me know, Ellie. So let's move to fun part of butterflies. So here I had some like examples. Hope, yeah, maybe not you can see. But what I would suggest, the main part, that you do them different size, that you don't do them all the same size, but we can start with few main butterflies. So we can do some like 2 or 3 big ones, and then we fill in the space with smaller ones. So you just choose space somewhere, and how I like, so the size of my butterfly, I like to choose by the body. So I draw first this, this like oval part, that is the inside part of butterfly. And then it gives kind of me the feeling how big I want to do my butterfly. Yeah. And then what I do, I just go with curvy lines, one on top, one at the bottom. Yeah. So this is, I'm already defining, how big it's gonna be. Yeah, I can do also maybe like the same on the other side. And then already I go with these inside parts. And like this lower side is usually smaller, and this bigger one is, So if I'm doing it in parts, because if I do it like all one longer line, maybe a bit difficult, but here I can decide where the bigger part of wing is, and I can decide where smaller one. And no worries if the butterfly is not the same. I mean, the wings, it's also normal, like they should be proportionally more or less similar. And then of course, like I can just do those the lines. So we can draw butterflies more or less symbolistic. I think it will be more about the colors when we put them.
okay. I'm ready.
Say again, sorry.
I do my butterfly.
Perfect. Yeah. So let's do the other one. So then again, I can choose also direction where it's flying, like by choosing the direction of the body. Yeah. So now my butterfly is going to be flying that way. Yeah. So here. And the same. And now I can choose, maybe I do it a bit smaller. Yeah. And then again, I just draw these, like I started drawing those parts where it's going, and then I just finish. Yeah. And of course I can correct with the razor. again, the bigger part. Yeah, once you do like 2 or 3 butterflies, all the next ones will be much more easier because then you already have yeah, like your hand already knows how to do it. What also I find interesting because now we're gonna like try to do many butterflies, so it looks cool. And it's also good to draw that some butterfly is like covering the other. So they're not like all too separate. But let's say I can draw one a bit covering. So let's say also here, so my box doesn't look so empty. I can draw some butterfly like flying out of the box. So I can also, again, I can put the body where I want my butterfly to be. Yeah, so like one is here. And then I, again, start doing the wings. Oh, yeah, and then I can erase the lines that I don't need. And then it looks nice, I kind of. Yeah, it still looks like a box, but then it looks already, the butterfly is going out of the box. Huh? Yeah, so this is like usually I put the body here and then I draw the wings, and on purpose I'm covering a little bit the other butterfly. Yeah, it always looks nicer, like more realistic and interesting when there is bigger, smaller, and they cover one. Huh? And then you can just like then go wild and do as many butterflies as you wish, as you have space. Yeah, and you can also simplify the wings. Yeah, if you like do a smaller butterfly, then the wings can be also just more. Yeah, if you do bigger one, then you try to do the wings more, let's say, elaborated. And here now it's also a little bit a game of composition. So not just putting a butterfly anywhere, but it's already like playing with these empty spaces. Yeah, and so it looks interesting. Yeah, so yeah, maybe a bit more like they're going up, but some butterflies are going to the sides. Yeah, so then yeah, and don't be afraid to make also some like small butterflies. Yeah, because the small ones there in between the big ones also look cute. Yeah, and again here on purpose somewhere, I'm putting the butterfly where is the border of the box. So then I break a little bit these lines, and then it looks more. Yeah, and we play as many as we want. And I think here what will make our postcard beautiful is also the choice of colors. Yeah, so it's light and bright colors. Yeah, it can be like green and yellow and something pinkish. So yeah, those happy colors. And then it looks. What else I forgot? Maybe it's also like at the moment our box is not standing anywhere. So I don't know if like to do the horizontal line to create a table, a surface. I'm still thinking, yeah, because Maybe it can be also a bit like not straight line, but maybe a bit circle line. Maybe it's like a, I'm gonna try. So if it's like maybe circle table, so we see just a little bit of edge. Yeah, so then maybe it's not so boring as straight line as we usually do the sky and the ground. But yeah, maybe you can draw a butterfly that is just like you see just the part of it still yet like still trying to come out of the box. So it's also nice to fill up the and you decide how many you want to have. Later you can tell me. So I have at the moment 8 butterflies. Oh, maybe the amount of butterflies can represent how many years, you know, the birthday. So if you're giving someone who is completing like 10 years old or 9 years old, but not necessary. Yeah. I think here it's more important the composition. Composition, I mean, how beautifully your butterflies look on your card. Okay, I think I'm sticking with 8. I feel like enough. I don't want to like exaggerate. And now will be the fun part of choosing colors. Yeah, so take time to finish, girls. Then let me know if you're done with pencil. Then we all together remove to the paints. Yeah.
Mine is done.
It is done.
Oh, we're frozen.
Okay.
I'm finished. I'm finished.
Finished. So everyone finished. Everyone thumbs up. Yes. Cool.
Yes.
Amazing. Yay. Oh, oh, I see it. Very nice. Yay.
Mama. You pinched my nose.
Careful, don't
Okay,
touch
so
it.
let's move to so again, remember before moving to paint, especially if you plan to use like light blue, light yellow, lighten up a little bit your pencil drawing. Yeah, so then it's so the pencil is not too dark sticking through the paint. Yeah, especially because we want to have like more happy colors. We're not using dark blue or something. Oh, my camera is no zoom. Yes. Yeah, so I can still see all my lines. I can still see all my butterflies, but I'm just making, especially yeah, but I was trying to do the box. So I was working hard on my lines. Get the right position.
Oh.
Yeah, so just lighting up, and then of course important to clean up your lines well. Yeah, you can just pull them out. You can yeah, what I like to do is also just with a clean dry brush. It also can help. Yeah, but it's important to do before the water comes in. Once the water is inside, then it's
Mama. I feel.
yeah, very nice. So okay, I suggest we choose first the color for the box. these parts, and then in the end we do the butterflies. Yeah. For example, I also like to choose complementary colors for the let's say for the box and for these lenses. Yeah. And my favorite color is blue, so I think my box will be blue, but those parts will be orange. Yeah. So the other complementary colors you remember is green and red. These also look good together. Yeah. So if you have your green box and you have this green, these lines also looks nice. And then the second pair, the third pair is yellow and purple. Yeah. And then you can have, let's say, purple box and yellow lines. So I'm choosing for blue and orange. Yeah. And yeah, then you already know you have your palette, you have your water, you have your brushes. And do you remember in acrylics, you can work like if you put more water, they look more transparent, especially on your first steps when you're just putting them to the paper. Then you can use the thing that your paper is white. And then if you're putting paper in like in a watery way, it's transparent, and then yeah, it's working. Or you can have like very little water on your brush, and then your paint is going more like covering. So let's say yeah. So the other thing, when we do the box, so there is one more thing that we can help to look at as the box, as we do a bit differently the size of the box. So one side I can do darker, and the other side of the box I can do lighter. And then, but for this, I need to choose like from where the light is going. This is our imaginary drawing, so we can also imagine from where the light is coming. And let's say I want my light is coming from here, from left side. So the shadow of the box and everything will be there, like to the back. Yeah. Because if I choose my light coming from this side, then I have to draw shadows here in front. And I don't really want it, because then it's going to be like a bit more dark here in front of my, yeah. So now one side I've just colored blue, yeah. And it means, so if I say, so like here, I'm going to leave the brush to remember. So this brush here is the direction of my light here. And then it means this all what's meeting this line is lighter, and everything what's behind is darker. Yeah. And here I'm using the same paint. I use the same blue, but the only difference is the amount of water I'm using. So with more water, and at once it looks lighter. Yeah, just because there is less paint, because I like dilute it with water. Or I take it more intense. Yes, because if you do the sides of your box the same color, yeah, then it won't look as 3D. Yeah, because in real life, if you put any box, you will always see that because of the lighting, the sides are different. Yeah, even if real life, of course, the color of the box is the same. They use the same color of carton, yeah, to make it. But since we always have some light around us, yeah, then now let's say the top of the box, and I can actually do the same. So I can do lighter this side, and I can do darker the outside parts. Yeah, and you can then imagine if your light is coming also from top. Yeah, so if I put my now pencil like this, it's come from this side, from top. So it makes also like the parts that are at the bottom more darker. And this is, I would say, the direction, because what usually we have the lamps in the room that are on the ceiling, or we have the sun that is also always on top. And that's why it's classical, the direction of light. And then we more or less already know, the things that are more on top, like this part of the box, is lighter because there is more sun shining on it, more light. And some other can be, yeah, maybe the inside of the box we can make also different color. Yeah, or some neutral. I think I'm gonna make it like neutral blue, like very watery. Yeah, just to avoid like having it too much. So just some neutral. Yeah, and it's very easy, just like very watery color. So just. You can also remember and do the thickness of the box. Yeah, a little bit, man. Yeah, so play around, like you choose one color. It's also actually a good exercise when you need with one color, make it all different tonalities, yeah, from light to dark. And yeah, but also if you're like not sure about your colors, also let them dry, and then coming back to them, it's always easier, yeah, rather than now like fighting. It's always good to just give, yeah, 1-2 minutes for it to dry. Yeah. And I'm gonna move to my these lines here. So. Yeah, here one can also play with lightness and darkness. In the end, why some artworks looks more beautiful than the others? It's exactly when you see there are like those differences, light and dark, when it's not all the same. This is what makes the artwork interesting, realistic. So sometimes you need to wait for something to dry, and then you go with the second layer, and then it's darker, something lighter. Yeah, so it's. Yeah, and here, for example, for drawing these red lines, I'm like almost lucky. I have my brush, it's almost the same size. So actually what I do, I'm not even coloring, I'm just like pulling my brush. Yeah, and it has the same size, so kind of convenient. Yeah, and it's like easier to get those. Yeah. If you feel something too bright, You can always grab a paper towel, make it maybe a bit lighter. Yeah. Yeah, so maybe this red line that is behind, I'm going to make it a bit lighter, just with the purpose, because it's a background. Yeah, we also should remember of this thing that, like, we need to think where we want the viewer to look. And if you make something too bright at the back, that it's actually is not the main part of the idea, the drawing, yeah, then we're doing it wrong, because the person is looking there, but this is not the main part. So we were definitely letting box and those stripes to dry. Then we move to butterflies, and then we come back and we do a little bit of shadows. Yeah, so then we remember all these cast shadows. So cast is the one that is falling from the object, yeah, to the surface, to the table, to the floor, to the ground. Yeah, because there are two types of shadows. The shadows that has the object, like the box. Yeah, one side is in the light, the other side of the box is in the shadow. Yeah, and then there is the shadow that the box gives, yeah, to other objects. So we're gonna do also them, but a bit, yeah, we better also stay safe, just move to another side of painting, and then come back and do those, yeah, to avoid yes, and the fun part, of course, is choosing colors for the butterflies. And here, of course, I suggest you go like with as creative as you can be. The butterfly can be one color or two different colors. You can mix some colors in between. Yeah, like also, because you remember acrylics, they can be as flexible as watercolors. You can put it and it's floating. So, yeah. But remember the rule, when you're mixing colors, you should remember how they mix. So it, like, let's say if we take red and green, it's good to put these colors together, like let's say as if it was in the story with the box together, but let's say they separate, they're not mixed. But if I put red and green in a mixed way inside my butterfly, then we get brown color. Yeah, then we don't get beautiful. Yeah, for example, blue and yellow, they're mixing nicely. Yeah, so I can make some butterfly bluish, I can see some yellowish spots, and then I'm gonna do the and I'm gonna get some beautiful greenish results. Yeah. Yeah, so maybe I'm gonna try to do it now. So I'm gonna have maybe, and here again, if you work with more water, then you can get these like that they are mixing in between. Yeah. Or maybe you want to have it like more separate. So here I'm gonna like have my bluish, pretty much watery. Yeah, and again, I can do the separate. So one part of butterflies can be one color. And then let's say I can try to put some yellowishy dots. Let's try. Yeah, but if you want the dots to be separate, then you necessarily need to wait for it to dry. Yeah, so here I'm putting something yellowish, but touching blue, it converts a little bit to the green. Yeah, also yellow with green, they're mixing nice, then you're getting this more interesting. Yeah, so with butterflies, experiment as much as you can. Little dots, or just try make paint float. Yeah, and again, don't rush, like make some parts, let the part of your butterfly dry, and then you can always come back. Yeah. What's good in floating, that you get really like unexpected results. Yeah, because if you go with more dry paint, then you need to think, okay, which spot I want, how I want it to mix. But this way, watercolors, yeah, people who like that, it's so unexpectedly you get some beautiful mixes. Yeah? Yeah, so again, red with yellow, also very nice mix. Yeah, then you get beautiful orangey color. Yeah, so here what I'm basically doing, I'm setting like the base color for the butterfly, but I'm making it watery, and then I'm setting like the other color on top, and then it's getting mixed. But then when the butterfly is dry, then I can come back and do another touch-ups there. Yeah. Yeah, so also no rushing. Yeah, just it's better to jump from one part of your painting to the other. Yeah, and then you are sure then it's dry and it's safe to. Experiment maybe butterflies with different wings, color of, yeah. Usually, of course, it's yeah, what can also look beautiful that you take similar colors. So let's say you take blue, but again, you try to make one part more lighter, one part more darker. Yeah, so why not? Yeah, don't forget about purple. If you don't have one ready, then you can always mix red and blue. And then Yeah, and you see, it seems more like when the paints are dry, then I see better what's missing, if I need to add somewhere. But come back and retouch. Yeah, and then actually a big role also will be the background we choose. So also some light colors. Maybe the table can be more, yeah, so this half circle line that I did is for the table. It could be a bit more dark, maybe more like stable. And then we do background. Doesn't have to be light blue as the sky. It can be also just some neutral light color. Yeah, and those the body of the butterfly and those the lines, yeah, on the head. I suggest we can also even like we do the last, and when already we have the background, and then we can do even with the black liner or something, yeah. So now it looks more just a nice detail, rather than getting in with the brush and then it's gonna turn up too dark. And of course the shadows. I almost forgot shadows. I'm thinking now, maybe something in purple can be. Yeah, so also like, for example, avoid doing shadows black. It's good to take dark blue, yeah, or can be also brown, something, yeah. So here what I do, I just go a little bit here, one line under the box. And then I prolong a little bit like the shadow, yeah. So just, but of course like minimal, so not to make it too dark. And I can actually like do my table a little bit of this. What I did here, I mixed blue and purple. And with some color. It's a bit too dark, too bluish. Okay, the color for the table you choose. Mine one maybe is too dark. But again, if it's all, everything will be too light, yeah, then it won't work, this effect of. Actually, you can make first, you can just choose the color for the table, and then just later do a little bit darker there where you want the shadow like to be. And I mean here, like let's say a bit under the, don't have to be everywhere, but just a bit under the, some areas that are touching the table. Okay. The background, something, no, why today I want to make it a bit more yellowish. Oh, I forgot one butterfly. Let's make it. But background you can also make, it doesn't have to be necessary like perfectly even. It can actually be with also some, you know, like spots and maybe like some gradients, so maybe yellow moving a bit to green, or like blue moving to light to dark. So yeah, so now I'm making it all yellow because I know that I can add anything to yellow. Yeah, so if I decide that I don't want it just to be plain yellow, but I want it, then I can add somewhere reddish, orangey, yeah, to make it a bit more different. Yeah, and later maybe, you know, you can keep this drawing, keep this card, and later if you want to give, you can write the name of the person on the box. Yeah, because like I feel now here, this is kind of empty space, and that can be easily, you just take a pen and write your friend's name that you want to give it to, and yeah, so I'm definitely giving a bit time for butterflies to dry before I get in, yeah, with some darker pen inside to do these touch-ups of body. And I forgot the shadow under the box, under the top of the box. Well, I think I'll be slowly taking off my tape because I'm sure all the background is fine. And the rest touch-ups I do already inside. The magic moments of taking the tape off is always fun. Carefully, carefully. Oh. Yay. Okay. And let's say I don't really have the black pen with me, but what I can do, just have a pencil that is more sharpened, and then I can just pull again those the parts of and more of this, like this mustache. The body may be like not necessarily making it too dark, not too. Well, I'm very excited to see all your butterflies. Yeah, and as the paint goes more dry, like more areas I see where you touch-ups, but I think I'm happy with my drawing. Also careful not to overdo it. Yeah. It's nice postcard. You can write. It's also actually something fun, like when it's dry, you can do some butterfly here on the other side, like maybe one butterfly. Yeah, it's also sweet to have something behind. Yeah. So maybe while I'm waiting for you girls to finish, I'll try to do one. If but I'm also gonna let mine one finish and then Well, I think mine one is more or less dry. While I'm waiting, I'm gonna try to draw on the other side here carefully. Just like without pencil, just one spontaneous butterfly, thinking of the color. Okay, the colors that I have left here on the palette. I'm gonna have one. I'm gonna do one in one side greenish. I'm gonna do one side reddish, look carefully, not letting it mix. Then I'm gonna try to go with yellow in both of them.
Purple and red.
I'm done.
Wow, such an exciting painting.
Mama, I need to do this.
Yeah.
So this is what I'm doing. Is only if you want. It's behind of the card. So, but you need to wait till your card is dry. Wow, it looks so nice. I love that we've chosen the yellow color for the background. I think it gives like the sunshine. Yay, good job. The first card is ready. Yeah. So you can do it also, let's say later in after the class when you're sure your painting is dry, and then it's just for fun. You draw one butterfly at the back of the card. Yeah, like so it's not a must. It's more like is extra. And here I chose green, and I'm choosing so green and red, so the two complementary colors that they're opposite, but I'm adding a bit yellow in both of them. Then yellow works good with both, then it gets. Oh, one card is ready. Very beautiful. I'm excited. You can, and imagine how it will be. Like you give it to someone, it's very personal because it's made with your hands. Yeah, and remember, you can always like write the name of the person you're giving the card on the box. Yeah. Okay, this will be the butterfly at the end of the card. I think here will be the front.
I think I'm done.
Yay, the one from Ellie is coming up. Yeah, Pia Yo-Yo, let's take a look. Hey, nice. Ellie went for the pinky background. Love it. Yay. Blue table. Nice, very springy, very happy card. Juliet,
Mine
what's here?
I have all the outlines done, and I'm not going to do the sun right now, but this is what mine is so far.
Ah, nice. So Juliet, she didn't want the box. She went for the nature. She did, yeah, but sunset, very beautiful. No, good, very creative. Yeah. So waiting for one more card to see. Yeah, this one is very beautiful. I love it. Yeah, also for those who are ready, can clean up. Can here. Well, I'm just gonna stop the recording, yeah, but we still can hang out and wait for the last card to see and